high-speed business at a record pace.
Get 70 miles per gallon on this one. It's a ship that made the castle.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome, everyone, to the first, which just noticed the chair was in the way, the first time that I've tried to tackle this alone. So welcome to Fast Ones. It's me, Mike, and my co-host, Max, is stuck under his 2004 Honda Element. I want to say 04, maybe 03, maybe later. I don't know, Max. You correct me. You're in the chat. So... yeah, so anyways, I'm here this week just to let you guys know that this is a little bit of a different broadcast than we've had in the past. So if you guys have any questions, fire them at me. Also, we'll talk a little bit maybe about Vegas. Maybe what you guys are thinking. You guys got any predictions? I'd love to hear them. So Max right now is saying that his audio isn't working, which means that he doesn't know what I'm saying. And that's okay, because now we could just say whatever we want about Max. So also feel free to jump in the chat and really express, like, let it all out. Just let it all out, what you guys are feeling about Max these days. So Kyle Marlin is suggesting that you go get yourself a truck. It's not a bad option. Not a bad option. Danny is sympathizing, got a little bit of empathy here for you and your pile of hot trash, the toaster. Look, yeah, Max is now calling me out. I am the one who told him to go buy a Honda Element because I have had one in the past and it was one of my favorite cars of own. So guilty. I'm guilty here. Kyle says elements are not trucks, brother. All right, here's the thing. The Element was kind of a version of a Sprinter van before the Sprinter van really started to hit in the States, okay? Before that really became a thing, the whole plastic interior, no carpeted floors. Look, it was a utility vehicle. It was fantastic. Plus, it was Honda, all-wheel drive with some VTEC. I don't think I need to go into details here. This car is fantastic. Plus, neoprene seats. This is one of the best. So, and their owner's manual, it says not a truck. Yeah, okay, we're getting too technical here. It was a utility. I moved my dirt bike around in my Honda Element, no problem. If people are going to call the Ford Maverick a truck, the Honda Element qualified as at least a minivan. And not like minivan, but you get what I mean. Yeah. So right now we're getting really caught up in this Honda Element talk. You know, actually something that I'll spew off into here, and I really wanted Max to join me for this conversation, but maybe I'll just let the chat join me, is that I watched Tron this weekend. Not the new one, because no one in their right mind would actually see that movie with Jared Leto as the star. But I got to watch the old one, the Tron Legacy. And I remember that movie being pretty epic when it came out. Mostly because of the music, right? The soundtrack, Daft Punk, unmatched as far as most modern movies are concerned. And I remember watching it and thinking that there was parts where there was some downtime that felt a little misplaced, or at least drawn out. And I felt that way again. But something hit me this time that I guess I didn't realize at all. And here it is. It's directed by the same guy as the F1 movie. Did anyone realize this? Did anyone realize that Tron was made by the same guy? Chat, I want to hear what you're thinking. Max, if you can hear me, I'm very, very curious to see if you knew that it was made by the same dude. And yes, the music in that movie, Kyle, you're agreeing. Fantastic. So he's a director that has a great taste in music, and Hans Zimmer obviously is a collab on this one, was huge, but let's talk about it. Daft Punk was a perfect fit for Tron, and Hans Zimmer kind of trying to capture that same magic for the F1 movie. So anyways, fun facts. Good movie, better than I remember. Anyways, let's talk about Vegas now. Something else that has a little neon to it. Transition. What do you guys think? Right into Vegas. Pull the slot machine, roll the dice. Let's go. All right. This race has now been around for 2 years. Can you believe that? They've already run it. That's the third year. This is year 3. And Max has won it both years. I want to see anyone in the chat. You guys think that there's going to be someone else who wins it this year? Because I'll tell you right now that you're wrong. I think Max is going to freaking dominate this race. They'll make the wings so skinny that it's basically a piece of paper. Yuki Tsunoda will struggle like Sergio Perez because nobody can drive that way except for Max. And it would be good to see some Haas points. I agree with you, Kyle. I think some Haas points here would really nail down a better finishing position for the constructors for us this year. I'm going to grab this calendar that's hiding behind my iPad. And we'll review this together because now we're just down to the final 3. That's what we've got left. Las Vegas, Qatar, and then Abu Dhabi to finish the season off. So not many chances for some of these other teams to catch us, get that fluke double podium for an Alpine. That chance is gone. That was here. That was Interlagos. That was the rain. I don't think you're going to get it in any of these. So I'm with you, Kyle. I think we're going to be able to get something solid here in the finish. Is the Vegas Grand Prix tough for the tourists to get around, or did they figure that out? No, it's definitely still a little bit of a challenge. But look, this is the same in Monaco. It's the same problem they have everywhere that they do a street circuit. They can't fully close down the roads for an entire weekend. They've got to stay open. So a lot of the time what they're doing is they're balancing it at what hour they decide to close. But then you have a bunch of pieces of crap that people own driving all over public roads, dropping oil, bringing dirt, whatever, that's kind of ruining the track surface a little from after they lay down all the rubber from practice and qualifying. And that's part of the reason why we got that turn 1 where the first year where Fernando Alonso spun like a top, completely, no grip at all heading into turn 1. It was also freezing that year. What's the forecast? What's that's going to look like? See if we can figure that out quickly. It's going to be cold here in Utah. Okay, Kyle Marlin is weighing in here. He says that Monaco closes everything for 4 to 5 hours, and then they have to reopen the roads. I think that that's kind of the maximum that we can expect, right? And so that's probably the same for Las Vegas. I believe that's pretty close to what they're doing. They're probably closing it an hour to 2 hours beforehand to get it. Yeah. Oh, yes. The first year there was a lot more like road work to prep for the racetrack. Good point, Danny. Which ultimately they still had a sewer cap failure on Carlos Sainz's car. So, yeah, definitely more variables year 1 than they probably should have this year, and they definitely didn't have it last year. The forecast is saying rain Friday, sunny and cold Saturday and Sunday. The race is Saturday night, correct? So it's going to be green track conditions is what they call it. And for those of our listeners who may not know what green track conditions mean, is that once it rains after a bunch of sessions on the racetrack and then they go back out, it's washed all the rubber and everything away that they've laid down over the other sessions. So they just go out there, and again, that Fernando Alonso spin at turn 1 in the first year, that's kind of the result. Just no grip. So that could be for a fun variable, and if it's going to be cold, yeah, another similar problem. So it's going to be great. I actually am looking forward to this. I do think that it would be cool to get another Oscar Piastri win. I think that this would be a great opportunity for him to stake another flag in the ground and say, I'm still here. I'm still fighting for this championship. And I really hope so. I really hope that happens. But if not him, it'd be great if it was Max. And just to add a little bit more flair and interest heading into the remainder of the year. But yeah, we're down to the last 3. How did we get here? That has happened so fast. Just like this episode is just flying by. It's just a casual hangout, you know? Just really relaxed. Doing a good thing here, guys. Doing a good thing. I appreciate you guys all joining in the chat and being here with me. So here's what's going to happen. This next week is obviously the Vegas Grand Prix. Plans to be there. Hit us up. Look for us. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe, please. Find us on TikTok. I think we got one of those as well. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you grab your podcasts from. And again, appreciate you guys' support. We're going to have lots to talk about when we get back from the Vegas Grand Prix, so definitely tune in next week. And don't let Max live this down. He's really let us down. Oh, Kyle, my IG, you ready for this? It's real simple. It's Shift Pattern. All one word. ShiftPattern. That's my handle. It's a brand, and it doesn't look like me, but I founded that company, and all the photography there is me. And if you ever got any questions about that, also hit me up. And it's been good to hang out with you guys this week. So tune in next week. We'll have way more energy because I won't be alone in the studio, and we'll be excited to talk to you guys about all the action from Vegas. So see you next week.